Hi, and welcome to another episode of Real Estate Straight Talk. Today I'm going to interview my friend and acupuncturist, Coco Fortner, and she's going to tell us today a little bit about her profession, how did she choose to become an acupuncturist, and also why she does what she does, what motivates her, and she's gonna tell us how she does her work. So here she goes. Hi, Coco.
Hi, Carla.
So tell us a little bit about you and how did you get started into this profession?
Well, I'm originally from Miami, and so when I was a kid, I went through Hurricane Andrew, which many of you will remember. It happened right before school started, and it was very destabilizing for people whose lives were basically destroyed. And so when I was about to go into second grade, and this massive destabilizing event occurred, and there were so many molds and allergens circulating around that I became very sick, and I got sick for about 4 years. And I had terrible allergies. I was allergic to literally everything, but worst of all, mangoes.
And of
all things, I know, South Florida tragedy.
That's so delicious.
And so I went to allergists and I got shots every week. And I was on a very restrictive diet, and then nothing was working. I still had sinus infections. And then I went on and I had my adenoids and my tonsils taken out, and that didn't really help at all. I still had a sinus infection literally all the time. And then I was getting these giant gamma globulin injections. They were like that long. They were just huge. And I was about 50 pounds and just a tiny little thing. And yeah, they were very painful. And so after all of this therapy, doing it for about 4 years, I got to the end of my rope, and I was about 13 years old. And so my mom started looking for alternative treatments, like all people do when you reach the end of what Western medicine has to offer you and you find it unsatisfactory. You start looking around, and we found acupuncture. And
that's great.
Yeah, and the first session, she put a needle right here, and my nose opened, and I'm like, I could breathe. And then it closed back up, but after a couple of sessions, like, the sinus infection went away, and then it stayed away. And I thought it was just about the most miraculous thing ever. And at the same time, like, there were personality shifts that started happening. I was very closeted and very taciturn and, like, inward looking.
She's not at all like that. So just so you know.
And I started blossoming into who I was. And so this kind of just opened everything up. It worked on a physical and a psychological level. It was just really miraculous. And so what motivates me for the most part is giving people an experience like mine. And so I went to college to learn all about it. So I went to undergrad at New College of Florida in Sarasota, Florida. It's an honors college where you get to choose your own direction. And I was very directed because I had a path to focus on. So I studied biology, I studied psychology, I studied neurology, I studied Buddhism, I studied dance and movement therapies, which I think was also important in my recovery. And I didn't get to what I was looking for. And so I joined acupuncture school, and I delved deeper into the history, into the philosophy, and into all the methods of Chinese medicine, and came out with a profound understanding and deep respect for Chinese herbs, which are just phenomenal. And so I came out with a good education, and that was about 11 years ago. And I found that essentially stories like mine aren't rare. They happen all the time. And just because Western medicine can't solve your problems, it doesn't mean that there's no help. Sometimes taking a different perspective is what can kind of help you make those shifts that you need to make, and kind of unlock the key to taking the road you need to take.
Exactly. Well, so what motivates you every day to get up and do what you do?
Well, first of all, is the people. Like, I love coming in. I love seeing you. I love seeing my other patients. Like, I love when a new patient sits in front of me and I can get to know them. Like, I can see them and ask questions and get to know all about their lives, because so much of what we do is like in taking in a whole person. So while you come in and you say, I have back pain, or my thyroid panels are off, or I have terrible periods, yes, I'm paying attention to your problems, but I have to pay attention to all of you. And learning all about your life and what motivates you and your thought processes, and this all provides really important information that can get us to the right treatment.
Yeah.
So that motivates me. And like, there's a really cool thing that happens when you start working with people and you give them good results, is that suddenly you have other people that are in their family groups and in their networks and in their communities that start coming to you too, and now they have good results.
Yeah.
And suddenly a whole community is feeling better.
Yes.
And so like, I think
that's what I keep coming back. I usually suffer from either neck pains, I guess from being in the computer and driving a lot, lower back pains, or, upper back pains. And she fixes me every time. So what can I tell you? It is wonderful. It is a wonderful experience. And I see that overall, it just changes your whole world.
It just kind of clicks you into a different perspective.
Yeah, it does.
Cool.
So
that's your experience.
Yeah. And I guess the other thing is that, what is, have you had any amazing stories or one memorable story that you could share with us?
Well, I have so many memorable stories to share. But there's always one that pops up for me, and it takes me way back to my cruise ship days. When I first started acupuncture, I was working on a cruise ship, which was great because I got to travel, I got to make money, I got to do acupuncture on about 50 new patients every single week. So I got to meet so many people and be involved in so many different stories. And this woman just had an incredible story. So I was in the Mediterranean, we were doing Greece, and her husband came in to see me for knee pain, and I wasn't very busy. And so I would talk to her while her husband was sitting with the treatment, and he was getting good results. It was pretty standard, but she started talking to me about what was going on with her. And previously she had had a hysterectomy. And after the hysterectomy, she had terrible pain with intercourse.
Okay.
And she said it felt like glass inside her. So this destroyed her marriage. Like, she and her husband, who she was with, had gotten a divorce. And then they got remarried because they loved each other. And so they were in a sexless marriage where they had deep love for each other. And it was a beautiful partnership, and their love was very profound. But I told her that we could try to work on it. Acupuncture is actually really great for breaking up fascial adhesions and scar tissue that can happen after a surgery like that. And it's really great for women's issues and blood problems associated with menstruation and fibroids, which she had previously had. So we started treating that. And within 3 sessions, she said she felt this warmth kind of traverse her lower abdominal area, and like something kind of shift and change. And that night she had sex with her husband, and it was a phenomenal experience for both of them. And when they finished that 12-day cruise, they were like in a new phase of their relationship.
That's wonderful.
So it can really affect people in ways. I didn't know for certain that was going to have that effect on her, but it broadened my perspective to all the amazing things that acupuncture can really do, and how it can give you your life back. So anyways,
so it's not only pain, it's all different kinds
it's all different kinds of things. So frequently people will come in to see me and will be like, hey, I got some neck pain, by the way, what can you do for this?
And it's not only the neck pain, it's some other things that are going on too.
So people often come in for back pain, and then they stay for a range of issues. Cool.
Well, this is cool.
Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you so much for doing this for the community.
And thanks for taking an interest in my business.
Of course. And I hope that, tell us how people can reach you, and
So hi, I'm Coco Fortner. I'm at the Sport Acupuncture and Herbs. We're located inside Amazing and Birds and Beyond in North Miami Beach. I have a website. I've got an Instagram. My website is spotacupuncture.com. And my Instagram is at the Sport Acupuncture.
I'll put all the information down below this video.
Yeah.
So you can, call her and visit her.
Yeah,
Your phone
you
number?
can 786-660-3389. Text me or WhatsApp me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I do free consultations, so it's no.
She's amazing. So
So just give me a call.
Give her a call. Thank you very much. And this is Carla Olivares, broker associate with eXp Realty. Until next time, have a great day.